The Christian fundamentalists are going to be very upset with this video, and I think I'm going to put more attention into how I actually frame the title of this video, because what I'm going to share in this video is an occult concept or theory. Now, before you click off, before you get upset about black magic and all this, I'm just reading the title here. The title does say black magic, but when I use the word occult describes a piece of knowledge or information that very few people know and the masses are ignorant of. And in fact, you can actually say with good confidence that the word occult is occult because very few people understand the parlance of occult and the masses are ignorant of it. So I've only read this. I think this got some interesting ideas in it. Whether or not there's some merit to it could be the case. I think some of this does. But if anything, watch this video from an open mind, okay? And maybe say a prayer before you continue watching this video. I jest, okay? So, as I said, the title is very triggering. How to perform real black magic with SR. Read at your own risk. Say what you will, but those that know the significance of what I am about to say. Sexual energy and sexual arousal are some of the deepest natural energy wells in this realm. In fact, I'm of the opinion that it's one of the deepest and untapped. The release of this energy is what leads to what we can simply term as energy loss, whereas the circulation and retainment of this energy causes energy gain and accumulation. I did a video previously about the distinction between entropy and syntropy. Entropy is a diminishment in your power. It is chaos. It is an isotope that is bleeding out radiation into the world. And syntropy, as the parlance of the word kind of denotes, is a synchronicity with the world, a symbiosis. It is a accruing of energy. So syntropy is the antithesis of entropy. We are accruing and building and gaining energy in this way. Now, don't shoot the messenger, because I am not here to decree the moral implications or use of this magic with another human to increase one's own power. I'm not here to judge, only to inform. And you know what's interesting is how you phrase that, because I believe the terminology and the use of word and the inference of the words are important in that way. Is black magic for me has... It means, in my understanding, to accrue something in personal gain. And the immorality of it is at the expense of others. So one of the theories, one of the conspiracies is that world leaders would use, I forget the term will come to me, but it's idea of taking blood from infants and using it in their own body. I believe it's called adrenochrome. So this concept of vampires exists, but not in the fanged teeth variety. They are stealing kind of very young and pure blood in order to decelerate aging. Whether or not there's any scientific merit to that is something that I'm not aware of. If anybody does know that, they can let me know. But the occult word, or the white magic, let's call it white magic, is for the use of consciousness in the collective gain. So when somebody is accruing sexual energy, they are not only doing it for themselves, but for the good of their family, their friends, and their community, not at the expense of them. And that's why I'm very particular on why I went to the lengths of describing what that word occult really means. So I guess you can You can distinguish these two between black occult practices and white occult practices. There is a way to increase spiritual power significantly faster and more powerfully while doing SR. Yes, there is an ancient esoteric evidence that has mentioned this as well, but that is not the topic I want to get at. The more orgasms you extract from a woman without ever releasing yourself, the more vital sexual energy your own energy body will take on for itself. Not only are you retaining your own sexual energy, but now you are retaining hers as well, which eventually dissolves and absorbs into your native energy field. So let's examine this for a moment. And I think he does go into the description here, but here's what this makes me think about immediately. Orgasms are very taxing on the nervous system, right? So there's a big release of electrical energy or bioelectrical energy. There might be merit to this idea because your nervous system, the field of your nervous system, expands beyond your body. That's what we call it or describe it when we feel aura. We are simply feeling their electromagnetic field. It is not such an esoteric idea, but it's actually based in scientific parlance. There could be merit to this notion that this release in energy that your partner is experiencing during coitus could be absorbed to a practitioner who is especially proficient in intero and exteroception, which simply means their mindfulness and sensitivity and development of their internal and external nervous system. Let's hear their definition here. The energy imprint released in the moment of orgasm from the woman is a major loosh, release of vital and powerful magnitude. This energy, although unseen, does not just go anywhere. Consciousness is energy. Most energy is completely unseen. Electromagnetism, heat, emotions, high and low sound frequencies. The list is endless of the energies that we don't see without equipment, but we know exist. Now, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to just inform. Either you're aware of the spiritual reality of this realm, or you are not. Those that know sexual orgasm energy is powerful and incalculable energy by any measure. Wilhelm Reich, coined this term orgastic energy, or Jing, or Qi. This energy makes a significant impact on the physical realm in direct proximity to its release. Especially the one sharing the intimacy and producing and cultivating the energy build-up in a woman that leads to her orgasm. You as the man are the direct recipient of this major organic celestial bomb of power straight into your electromagnetic field, which then integrates into your biological energy body. So this is pretty much exactly as I described. This build up of nervous energy is then released, and you being in close proximity, your auras are melding together during coitus. And therefore, it's not too difficult to discern. We're never going to be able to measure this, at least not with the technology that we have now, that this is being absorbed into your external electromagnetic field and via osmosis or diffusion, moving back into the internal nervous system. Those that know that this energy is the most powerful energy a human can produce. And if you retain your energy, and deliberately farm orgasm, that is the craziest term. Let me just say that again. Farming orgasms from women, from your woman, you are essentially extracting a free vital energy straight into your aura every time you do it. And you are a hero in her eyes while secretly gaining personal power. The first time I ever heard of this concept was in the very popular book by David Data, called The Way of the Superior Man, in which I read about one of the ways to keep frame is by having coitus without releasing. In many ways, and I know this might sound ridiculous, you lose your frame when you release. You lose your masculine essence. That is not too difficult to understand and describe. And the frequency in which you are chasing this release makes you a slave to the feminine. And that isn't particularly attractive in her eyes. Again, this is just a theory. This is just a concept. This is an idea. However, a lot of these ideas are predicated in very ancient white tantra practices. Kareza, this has been around for a long time, this idea. This isn't anything new. This then affects directly your capacity for energetic intensity when directing your intention and vital force within your energy field at a much more potent degree than waiting on your body in a celibate state to reach the highest levels of vital energy production. In fact, I'm going to try and reach into the recesses of my memory to quote something by Mantak Chia, which is something to the affinity of, it was a list of what will happen depending on the amount of times you engage in intercourse without release. And it was really interesting. And again, whether there's merit to this idea or not is difficult to say because it's hard to measure. But it went something like this. Once you have sex without ejaculation once, the next day you will be stronger. When you do it twice, your eyesight will improve. When you do it 3 times, your hair will start growing back. So you get the idea. And I imagine this is an embellishment of this idea of accruing orgastic energy, as Wilhelm Reich would describe, from the female nervous system. And this is also making me think of the first law of thermodynamics, is energy is neither created nor destroyed. It has to go somewhere. Why not you? In a not too dissimilar way, there is an argument that even if a woman is on contraception, she's got the coil, and you're having unprotected sex, the biological, what would you say, or the nutritional breakdown of your sexual fluid being absorbed into her body is very revitalizing. It's got to go somewhere. Not saying it's not possible to cultivate a badass energy charge through retention, but in combination with other energetic practices and disciplines in life, there's merit to it. And the female orgasm is equally a powerful one. Women are primitive and intense energy generators with much deeper emotional capacity to produce and release energy. These feminine gifts of nature cannot be passed up. All energy must serve the highest ideal of the individual, most willing to utilize it constructively. So vampirizing energy sounds kind of bad when seen from this lens of personal gain, as I described the delineation between white and black tantra, but male SR in combination with the female counterpart orgasm is indeed a direct absorption into the male energetic field. Do with this information what you will. I have given it to you. You can dismiss it or you can try it yourself. I mean, you can't say it's not interesting. That's what I will say. But I'll leave it up to you, gentlemen. Are these theories or are these facts? Let me know. Speak soon.